This is one for the books. A bus driver for a college basketball team is accused of driving drunk.
St. Louis University played St. Bonaventure last night in Olean. The St. Louis players walked out of the arena and their bus was gone. Authorities say 56-year-old Linda Edmister took off and they tracked her down 35 miles away in Randolph. News 4's Dave Graber tells us what happened.
St. Bonaventure had just beaten St. Louis last night when Bonnie AD Tim Kenny got word from the Billiken staff that something was wrong. They had a flight to catch, but the bus that brought them here to the Riley Center was nowhere to be found.
That's never happened before. The bus, as far as I know, when I went in my office at halftime, was sitting right outside the arena, which it normally does.
St. Bonaventure Director of Athletics Tim Kenny can laugh about it now. But last night there were some tenuous moments, and it didn't have much to do with what happened on the floor.
St. Louis had a lot of their stuff on the bus still. So it wasn't just the bus missing, now it was all their gear as well.
Then someone remembered it was 2017, and, you know, there's an app for that.
Well, can we track that with Find Your iPhone? So we took Coach Ford's phone, had it on there, and then we were able to pinpoint where the bus was and send that to the police so they could go and try and determine when it happened.
State police say what happened is the bus driver, 56-year-old Linda Edmister of Gasport, was heavily intoxicated and took off without the team.
She was very intoxicated. When asked questions, she couldn't put the sentence structures together correctly. So it was just basically trying to figure out, why are you that far out? And what is really going on here? Well, what it came down to is when you're over 5 times the legal limit, that's what you end up having to happen.
You heard that right. Edmister's blood alcohol content was 0.22, or more than 5 times the legal limit for commercial drivers.
This could have turned out a lot worse. She was tentatively supposed to drive that team to their next destination. Now, if she had stayed there, even with that alcohol level, driving a bus that large with a team full of people, that could have been disastrous.
The Billikens took the bizarre ordeal in stride and in Lazy Boys. Linda Edmister was issued an appearance ticket and is set to appear in the town of Randolph court later this month. Meanwhile, up next for St. Louis, another conference matchup, this time against Duquesne. And you can bet their athletic staff will be keeping a close eye on transportation. Reporting from inside the Riley Center on the campus of St. Bonaventure University, Dave Graber, News 4 at 5.